Have you ever borrowed something incredibly flashy just to show off to your relatives, only to have it completely blow up in your face and, like, change the entire course of your life?
Oh, man. That is such a universal trap, isn't it?
It really is.
You know, you want the reward of respect without actually putting in the effort to earn it, so you take a shortcut.
Right, exactly.
Like you borrow a sports car for the weekend, you accidentally scratch the rim, and suddenly your fake weekend of luxury turns into 5 years of very real financial anxiety.
Yeah, a total nightmare. So today, you and I are diving into a story that captures that exact psychological warfare better than almost anything else.
It really does.
But before we get into it, I just want to smoothly ask you, the listener, to hit that subscribe button right now on the Simplified Summary YouTube channel.
Smash that like button, too.
Yes, smash it and share your valuable comments below so we can keep bringing these fantastic literary summaries to life. So our mission today is to unpack a brilliant and, frankly, hilarious short story by the legendary Munshi Premchand titled Mans Ki Gadi.
Which translates to The Borrowed Watch.
Right. And we're going to explore how a simple act of vanity leads to an absolute masterclass in tough love. Okay, let's unpack this.
Do it.
We start with our unnamed narrator, right? Our protagonist.
Right, and he has just landed a job in the city paying 30 rupees a month.
Which, I mean, we really need to contextualize that because 30 rupees sounds like pocket change today.
Oh, sure. But in the early 20th century Indian context that Premchand is writing about, it represents this very specific, dangerous kind of middle-class comfort.
Like enough money to be dangerous, basically.
Exactly. 30 rupees was a respectable starting salary for a young professional. It makes a single man feel incredibly wealthy, but it's not enough to actually build generational wealth.
It just gives you options.
Right. You can either start saving, or you can blow it all on frivolous urban luxuries. And our protagonist leans heavily into the latter.
Oh, heavily. He is living the ultimate bachelor dream.
But then, duty calls. He decides it is time to visit his in-laws.
And anyone familiar with South Asian culture knows that the arrival of the son-in-law is a massive event.
Oh, it's huge.
You don't just show up. The pressure to project success and upward mobility is immense.
Right, so he feels he absolutely must wear a wristwatch to cement his status as this employed, successful urbanite.
The wristwatch is such a brilliant symbol here, too.
It is. At the time, it wasn't just jewelry, it was modern technology. Wearing a watch signaled that your time was valuable.
Right. It tells the rural relatives that you're operating on city time.
Exactly. It's the ultimate status symbol for an insecure guy trying to project authority.
The only problem is he doesn't actually own one.
Right.
So he targets his friend Denu. And Denu is like the last person on earth you would want to ask for a favor.
He really is. He's essentially the anti-lender. The text notes that Denu considers lending or borrowing items to be an actual sin.
And he has the scars to prove it. He complains about people returning broken lanterns, or...
Oh, the carpet story?
Yes. Someone borrowed his good carpets and actually swapped them out for torn rugs.
Just unbelievable audacity.
So Danu's defenses are maxed out. Our protagonist knows he can't just ask for the watch. So he pulls off this move that is basically like a magician's misdirection.
It really is.
Like offering to hold a friend's fries just so you can secretly eat half of them.
That's a great way to put it.
He goes over, picks up Danu's crying child, plays the affectionate uncle, and smoothly unbuckles the watch right off Danu's wrist.
Right onto the kid's wrist.
Exactly, to calm the kid down. And then he sweet-talks the watch away from the toddler. But I have to ask, was Denu actually fooled by this?
Oh, not at all. What's fascinating here is that Denu is highly observant. He allows it to happen, but he immediately sets a trap.
Right, he drops a massive piece of information.
He casually brags that this is a rare Swiss masterpiece worth 500 rupees.
Even though he secretly bought it for 25 rupees from a guy who needed alcohol money.
Exactly. Danu's exaggerated valuation is a psychological anchor. He knows his friend is vain.
So by inflating the value, he raises the stakes.
He's handing him a loaded financial gun, setting the stage for a massive reality check.
So armed with this 500 rupee Swiss watch, our guy heads to his in-laws, ready to just bask in the glory.
And at first, he gets the full royal treatment.
Servants fanning him, washing his feet, feeding him sweets.
The illusion is holding perfectly.
Until his wife spots the watch.
Yeah.
And she is mesmerized by it.
Right, and here's where he makes his fatal error.
He wants to sound like this smart, shrewd negotiator, right? So he lies and tells her he got it for just 25 rupees.
Because 25 rupees sounds like an absolute steal for a watch like that.
It does. And hearing that affordable price, his wife immediately confiscates it. She just straps it to her own wrist.
Which makes perfect sense from her perspective.
Yeah. She points out he has never given her a single gift, so she's keeping this as a memento of his love. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, the sitcom trap.
Yes. He tries to look like a bargain-hunting genius, but that exact lie makes her comfortable keeping it.
It's incredible irony. The watch, borrowed to project power, actually reveals his total weakness.
Right, because he is terrified to tell his wife the true 500 rupee value.
Because that would mean admitting he's a fraud.
So he just cowers. He goes back to the city empty-handed and lies to Denu, claiming the watch was lost.
And because he chose to lie to Denu rather than face his wife, he now has to face Danu's absolute wrath.
Which is brutal. Denu acts furious. He
Yeah.
demands the full 500 rupee value.
Which institutes a ruthless repayment plan. He garnishes the guy's wages by 15 rupees a month.
Which, remember, he only makes 30 a month? That cuts his income in half.
It completely ruins his bachelor lifestyle.
Right. Before this, he was spending 20 rupees on hotels, 5 on breakfast, and 5 on cigarettes and fun.
And now, he's forced into extreme, painful frugality.
But, why didn't he just confess? Is the male ego really so fragile that he'd rather literally starve on 15 rupees a month than simply admit to his friend that his wife took the watch?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, he is paralyzed by the fear of losing face.
Right.
Danu's punishment seems draconian, sure, but it's forcing a fundamental shift. It strips away all that frivolous spending that was keeping him in this extended adolescence.
He's actually feeling the weight of reality for the first time.
Exactly.
And just as he is completely breaking under the weight of this source poverty, Denu abruptly changes the rules.
The mastermind reveal.
Yes, Denu suddenly forgives the debt.
And he reveals the grand, manipulative master plan.
He admits he only paid 25 rupees and never cared about the money.
But he doesn't stop there. He pushes the protagonist to rent a cheap house for 5 rupees a month.
Right.
And finally bring his wife to the city to live with him.
And when she arrives, Denu is there to help them settle in.
This is the best part.
He sees the watch on her wrist, looks right at the protagonist, and mockingly calls out the lie. He says, "Didn't she hide the watch?"
Just completely detonating the lie right to his face.
The secondhand embarrassment is wild. But Denu explicitly states his motive, right?
Right. He says he squeezed him financially to, quote, make him a man.
Because if he hadn't forced this fake debt, the guy would have spent his whole life wasting money in hotels.
While his wife just sat crying at her parents' house.
So what does this all mean? I kind of look at Denu as like a tough love financial dominatrix or a drill sergeant.
That's a great analogy.
He essentially hacked his friend's life. He created artificial poverty to force him to grow up and take responsibility for his marriage.
It's psychological brilliance. Denu recognized his friend's immaturity and used the watch as a catalyst.
Right.
He didn't just teach a lesson about borrowing. He engineered a situation that forced him to build a real family foundation.
And it really brings the theme directly into our own lives. Like, how often do you, the listener, prioritize looking successful over doing the hard work?
Borrowing status symbols, flexing on social media.
Exactly. Instead of actually building a mature, responsible life.
It's easier to fake it than to build it.
It is. And it makes you think about the Danis in your own life.
Oh, we all have one.
Right. That one friend or mentor who is blunt, strict, gives you a hard time.
But are they doing it to punish you?
Or are they providing the exact friction you need to finally grow up? Are you avoiding the people who actually care enough to call out your vanity?
That is the real question.
It really is. Well, to everyone listening on the Simplified Summary YouTube channel, if you want more deep dives into brilliant stories like this, hit subscribe.
Leave a like too.
And drop a comment letting us know, do you think Denu was a genius or just a cruel friend?
I can't wait to read those debates.
Same here. We'll see you in the next deep dive.